Hello, I'm Renee. I'm here with Soul Union. Let's just jump right back in to this game. The womb, the tree, right? Tribes of people who are else weaved and weaved and weaved. Where am I? Who am I? No idea. The basic information. My name eludes me, but there's more. Besides the name, what else can I know about myself? This frustration is confining me. Its cognizant thoughts are strangely coherent given my circumstances. What more can I know that I'm certain? What about my character? What is that I value the most? Understanding the meaning behind everything, I suppose that's gonna go with what I'm gonna go with that. Let's try again. Who am I? Someone important. Someone who will know all the answers to my questions quite soon. Did I get any empathy from that? It's bright. Absolutely no, I'm all logic in this time. A pleasant smell drifts through the air. My breath is relaxed. How am I dressed? I'm wearing a tailored suit and a light cloak. The material is too stiffly fitted to be considered comfortable, but neither hot or cold. I take a moment to admire the atmosphere. This garden is impressive, undoubtedly property of a high council member. And what beautifully manicured surroundings, bordering on ostentatious. I survey the landscape with a more critical gaze. What items do I behold? Nothing. As of yet, absolutely nothing. The fountain in the middle of the courtyard grabs my attention. It's detailed and impeccably crafted, yet the mere sight of it triggers a visceral disdain. My lips turn instinctively downward in disapproval. Nevertheless, I approach it curiously. Drink from the bubbling water. The water's clean. It tastes as expected. Look at the statues. Void of originality. The universal story of life. The tree of life. Stare into the pool of water. Not surprised, my reflection. Yes, I have discovered my reflection. I am in fact me, so this is what I look like. Well, hello there. Now, don't be alarmed. I'm just a traveler passing through. I didn't expect to see anyone on my way here. Do you live nearby? How unusual. We are far from human and elven settlements. Oh well, speak with me for a bit. I haven't met another living soul in ages. Hello. Why are you out here, miss? A good question. I like to explore quiet areas in my area of study. What kind of art? The useful kind. Don't be shy now. Come closer. Let me take a good look at you. Is there anything different? How rude. Ever again. It's okay. Let go. There's nothing new, I think. There we go. You're a weaver and you want to make me a weaver, which you'll succeed, sadly. Young master, I remember now, Ilian. Essence of things called threads, strange. But even the faintest aura I can't see the threads like I usually do. How excruciating. The problem is bad, I guess. Regardless, waiting around won't accomplish anything. A tall hedge maze surrounds this fountain area. I can't see anything beyond its green walls. I should leave the garden as quickly as I can. A maze of hedge walls surround the garden, blocking any A popular frustrating trend among the elite. I suppose they did find it entertaining, however I refuse to play by their rules. I should be able to break through easily enough. I'll try force my way through these hedge walls. This hedge is unbelievably dense. Sprint through the bushes. I am stuck in the brush, tiny thorns cutting into my body. It's struggle to even pull myself out. Ouch! Without weaving ability or sharp blade, this is not a viable route. I suppose I'll have to follow the path, for now. As I continue to walk away from the fountain, the tall hedge walls block my vision from all sides. I feel claustrophobic, and when we're back here, the smell is overbearing, bland, spoiled by enlightenment. Childhood memories. I suppose before I became a weaver, I would have marveled at trivial things such as these. I was much younger then, just a babe, really. When the world is new, it is easy to be impressed. How shall I experience these things now that novelty has worn off? I decide to make my way back into the hedge maze. I still can't see anything beyond its green walls, but there is another way to go. I don't remember this divergence. Was I here before? There's certainly something unnatural about this garden. And it's the same thing as before. Something bad is coming. Examine the wall closely. The wall is comprised of large, heavy stones tightly set in place. Such walls are useless against weavers. Elven nobles build them to deter petty thieves such as animals and thieves. High Council employs weavers to decimate such enemy barriers. Only we can offer true protection from all potential threats. As much as they wish to control us, they depend on us as well. There doesn't seem to be another pathway from the maze to be found here. A literal dead end. Back to the maze I go. I'm about to head back into the maze when something along the bottom of the wall catches up my eye. Peeking out from when the wall was overrun by hedges, I spot the tip of a pale grey fruit. It looks dead. The groundskeeping here is otherwise perfect. How was such a thing left here? Pulled the root out. For a root that is dried out, it is surprisingly tough. I pull as hard as I can and manage to yank a few feet of the root from the wall. My hands are left stinging from the friction. It's definitely attached to something much bigger. I don't blame the groundskeeper for leaving it behind. They probably hoped the healthy hedge would hide it. I have discovered this place again. Or the root again. And we're back here. Apples are my favorites. The apples look perfect and ready for picking. I prefer apples. They have a well-balanced flavor, texture, and sweetness. They're quite versatile, unlike those abrasive, acid citrus fruits. As I appreciate the apple's many admirable qualities, my mouth begins to water. I don't feel hungry, yet I'm developing a strong craving for these apples. Ignore the craving. Though I can nearly taste the fruit already, I decide it's too risky to eat. After all, there is something unnatural about this place. I stroll down the rows of apple trees, inspecting them from top to bottom. I should have let my guard down, yet I can't help but enjoy these lovely trees. I sit under one of the fuller canopies and close my eyes, taking a deep, calming breath. I'm settled in comfortably and content to stay here for a while. Another deep breath of refreshing air, when my thoughts are suddenly interrupted by vivid memory. It's the same thing. You must ascend. That is going on. That's around the gazebo. I take a stroll around the gazebo. There are several fresh impressions in the grass, as if a rowdy party walked, sat, and laid beside the pathway. Follow the tracks. I follow the numerous footprints, but they circle back to the gazebo. It's as if a whole party of people vanished in the middle of a dinner party. But really, do I expect to meet another sentient being here? As I leave the patio, I notice a abundant glass of wine sitting by the entrance. I don't remember seeing this on my way in. The delicate glass quarter filled with thick red wine. A distinct lip stain remains on the rim. And he remembers every vivid detail. And he probably killed someone. Do I regret it? Yes. I regret it. Defensively numb. Back into the maze we go. So far I've been able to remember who I am and why I have come here. But I still don't have a clear idea what the ascension is and how will I achieve it. To understand a deeper, more complete truth than threads. I still have no idea what that could be. My pace slows and I stare ahead without focusing on one thing. Regardless, I will know it when I find it. I just need to continue on. Is there another approach? The stone is similar, but I shouldn't jump to that conclusion. My pulse is increasing. This feeling is beyond mere suspense. Step away from the door. Something seriously wrong. I can't ignore my instincts. I step back, stumbling unexpectedly, and flooded with relief, as though I just escaped death itself. Now that I have stepped away from the door, the chilling air lifts. My head clears, my heart settles, and an important forgotten memory returns to me. Ascend? That sounds fictitious, but what does it actually mean? If we don't know what lies beyond threads, how could we hope to ascend? Asking a question is always the first step to discovery. I don't underestimate the significance of articulating the unknown. All right, so I acknowledge the possibility of ascending from the world based on threads. Then what? One must observe, theorize, test, and theorize some more. How to observe without bias, though, that is near impossible. So you say, but given your demeanor, you've already found the answer. What do I need to do in order to witness ascendant observations? True, I have my theories. I have come to believe one must awaken their inner hidden potential, for lack of a better term, to open one's inner ascendant eye. In order to do so, one must explore their true essence, their soul, without bias. I've designed a ritual to free oneself of their biases and open a pathway to their inner eye, but I've yet to test it. Which brings us to why you are telling me of all of this in the first place. You want me to be your test subject. That wouldn't bother you if I didn't believe you could succeed, Master Ilian. I have even taken precautionary measures to ensure your personal safety. You didn't do a good job. I've already died once. It's possible you will lose your sense of self while obtaining perfect clarity. Wow. You will need a vassal to guide you through the ritual. So I'm trapped inside a manifestation of my subconscious self. In simple terms, I am dreaming. Noctis predicted I would be lost and confused. She prepared a loyal assistant I could trust, even while in this vulnerable state. Very truthful of her. However, where is this vassal now? Nowhere to be seen, of course. This is why I avoid relying on others. Was Noctis serious about needing a guide, or was she just testing me? They must be nearby, I just haven't found them yet. This is a large garden and I haven't explored it entirely. I can't... Can I go back? Yes, I can. I considered the door once more. It seems like a metaphor for the ascendant-eyed Noctis described. I took a few hesitant steps towards the door again, but once more the terrible chill down my spine causing me to retreat. I really can't overcome my feelings of mortal danger when I'm close to the door. Perhaps finding this promised vassal holds the key to opening the door. I head back to the hedge maze. I decide to finish exploring the garden before attempting the door again. There might also be some clues I've overlooked. With every memory, the garden takes slightly different shape. Returning to the maze, my motivation wanes. Nothing about the maze seems to change. It's really tiresome at this point. Really, there is nothing new to see from the hedge wall to hedge wall. I half expected to come a full circle to the central fountain. Suddenly I noticed a tall mound of earth peeking up from above the hedge walls. Son of a bitch. There hasn't been any audio. Like at all. Whoopsie doopsie, someone should have checked that before making several episodes. Let's be a little louder. I'm sorry. My OBS decided to fuck around again. Absolutely for no reason. I have no idea what I did wrong. Bang. Bang. I want to hit my head against the wall. That was a human sound, you son of a bitch. Decided that wasn't a sound coming from a human, but was coming from me. Suddenly I noticed a tall mound of earth peeking above from the hedge walls. As I round the corner, a hedge opens to reveal a stone stairs climbing a sharp dirt hill. At the top of the stair is some sort of ceremonial offering plate. The 3 tiers of the offering plate are unmistakably symbolic. The humans' religious organization, the Church of Saints. The three tiers on the plate represent the church's three planes of existence. I can't talk. Whether you wish to honor your living relatives, recently deceased, or ancient ancestors, determine which tray you would place your offering. A creative way of extorting money. In exchange, you would get a beautiful story in which one needn't fear death. I'm well versed in the teaching of the Church. It's central to human culture. Humans have some strange arbitrary beliefs. What is this doing in my subconscious? The elevated ground suggests reverence. Does this mean I give credence to humans' worldview? There were bedtime stories when I was very young, and eventually I outgrew them when I learned theory of threads. But I can almost hear a familiar voice reciting the teachings as my youngling elf self drifts to sleep. There is the physical, transcendent, and astral planes. According to the church, everything began in the astral plane. At some point, we got curious about other planes and made a journey to that physical plane where we were born into physical beings. After a time, we grow tired and return to the astral plane. There we will become whole with the collective spiritual conscious. And the circle of life, death, and rebirth will continue. But Mama, why? Why don't we just stay in the collective conscious? Why indeed? A very good question, sweetie. For better or for worse, we are restless in nature. I suppose we're always trying to be somewhere other than where we are. This feeling is terribly bittersweet. This memory really stirs my emotions, leaving an uncomfortable lump in my throat. It is the most difficult memory I had to process thus far. The voice, the stories, we were so very comforting. But at some point they were not enough to explain the vast complexities of the world. I suppose the theory of threads can also be challenged in some way. I had such childish hopes back then. It didn't matter how believable the words were about the world and about others. I turned my attention back to the offering plate, well aware that I'm looking for a distraction. Let's take a closer look at the offering plate. It's made of a polished metal and it shines immaculately in the sunlight. The offering plate is large and firmly set. The top tier reaches eye level. Inspect bottom tier. Do I have a pen? I do have a pen. Middle. That wasn't as satisfying as my other pen. Where is that one? I can't find it. I'm sad. What? I need something. I'll read better if I have something to focus my fingers on, I suppose. I need to fiddle with something. This dish represents the transcendent plane. This is where one would offer a teeth to pray for the recently deceased. This dish is empty. I move past the large offering plates and climb the steps of the human altar to the top of the hill. As I hope, the hill is just tall enough for me to see over the hedge wall maze. I can survey the layout of the garden up to the surrounding stone wall. The topmost step has a carved inscription written in an ancient human language. Read the inscription. Although I'm not fluent in these writings, I immediately recognize it. Though humans, like most elves and beasts, use the modern common language, they still hold on to this old popular prayer. It's what the humans call incantation of saints. They recited at every meal, before bedtime, during religious events. Praise to our ancestors who watch over us from the astral realm. Safe journey to our dearly departed. May you reunite with them soon. Welcome our new king, who come to join us here. Let us be together until we see our ancestors once more. I never realized I held on to so many human traditions. I lived with a human for such a short time. It happened during my informative. I used to call her Mama. I was only a child. Of course I needed someone to take care of me. Humans revere all their ancestors as saints, but what if you were related to someone truly irredeemable? Such a paper-thin premise would crumble, even in the mind of a gullible child. I have given this place more than enough consideration. There must be something else in this garden I have missed. From this view, I can see the fountain at the center of the garden. The flower beds are in the northwest of the fountain. The wall is directly north. The orchard is northeast. The patio is southeast. The door is directly south. I am standing directly southwest of the fountain at the top of the altar. I should have no problem navigating my way through the garden to any of those locations now. I just have to decide where I should retrace my steps first. As I'm contemplating my options, I remember an important decision I had to make right before this whole thing had started. I happen to have vetted 4 qualified candidates to serve as your vassal. I'm sure you will be able to decide for yourself which one is suitable for the job. Yourself included. Where do I get to interview them? When? Circumstances will not allow me to bring them to you before the ritual. You will have to decide based on descriptions I provide, so listen carefully. Tell me about the candidates then, and why did you choose them in particular? There's a thief, a priestess, a mercenary, and a bard. Which one would you like to hear about first? Mikhail the thief, Gray the priestess, Simeon the mercenary, Keska the bard. Mikhail the thief is a human street thief from the church city-state of Nerey. Like many displaced youth, he was orphaned from near infancy after the great reform of the oligarchical plutocracy. Big words there, lady. He's looking for an opportunity to start over, doing honest work. I choose him because he is eager to prove himself worthy. Gray the priestess, a human woman who recently resigned from her position within the church and has been on a pilgrimage to seek truth. A gifted magic user with an introspective mentality, I admit she may be challenging to handle. She's shown great curiosity towards the elves, but our kind do not reveal our secrets to the outsiders. I think she would be willing to go to great lengths to learn more about our ways. Simeon the mercenary. He is a beast from a tribe that is scattered, independent, and nomadic. They are notorious hunters with no interest in political structures. A focused professional who will complete his assignment without fail is quite simply a very predictable and consistent person. Nah, not that one at least. She is from a rare tribe of beasts coveted by the elites of the underground slave trade. And for this reason she was carefully groomed and trained in the arts of entertaining. She parted ways with her previous owner, however she is ill-prepared for a life of freedom. I believe she is in a dire need of a patron. That's enough, I made my choice. Let me hear it then, and I will finish making arrangements. I only have 2 choices, The thief or Keska, the bard. Mikhail or Keska? I think I'm gonna leave you on this cliffhanger. I hate it. Anyway, I hope to see you again. I hope you liked this episode. And here we are. Subscribe, like, comment, you know the drill. I hope you have a wonderful day. And bye.